Good morning, guys. This is Houston. Um, this morning, I know I haven't been on YouTube in a while. Been kind of busy, but there's some exciting news that I wanted to put out there. Um, I am part of well, actually, there's two things. Witches of the Moon, season 4, season 5. I think it's season 4 or season 5. I don't know. One of the seasons. The new season is coming up actually starting Monday. So be on the lookout for that. If you follow that channel, I am a sub host for that. Sorry, I haven't met in my mouth. For that collaboration channel. Also, here locally, here in Charleston, me and two other practitioners. Um, I've started a kind of a teaching group slash circle slash page called Emancipation of the Divine and All. I think I've just talked about it in my last video or the video before. But if not, I'll put a link below to our Facebook page. We actually start classes tomorrow, and tomorrow it's actually my first class. I'll be teaching I'll be teaching Psychic Development 101, which is what I wanted to come on here and talk about and give kind of an overview of kind of give you guys a chance to read or listen and learn the course material that I'm going to teach tomorrow. As well as, before I do that, I have two things I want to show you guys. I actually have a lot more than two, but they're at the house and I'm at work, so that'll be later. That'll be another video. These will also be in that video, and I'll go into more detail. But I recently got a ton of books, like always, but I recently got this book by John Randolph Price. It's called The Super Beings. He is the author of the two angel books that I have, Harnessing Angel Energy and The Angels Within Us. This one talks about going into Christ consciousness and like the super consciousness, and be able to tap into the abilities and kind of ascend and be able to have what you need. Because you have all the power within you. That's kind of what this book talks about. So excuse me. Someone commented on something. Okay, not important. The next thing that I got that a lot of YouTubers have, and I've been envying it, and I finally found it at Books a Million, is the Halloween Oracle. I love this deck. It is gorgeous. And if you do not have it already, if you can see some of the cards in the back, I'll go through in more detail of each card when I do the haul, when I do my haul video, and show you each card, do it that way. But I just wanted to show you that while I have it here. Now, as for psychic abilities, we'll jump right into that. I believe, and I believe strongly, that everyone has every psychic gift known to man within them. It just takes time and practice to harness them. And when I mean psychic gifts, I mean anything from the clairs, so clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairsentient, claircognizant, there's clear smelling and clear tasting. I just can't remember the names. Clairgustance is clear tasting, it starts with an F. I can't remember. But the five senses plus claircognizant, those are the main is that everyone's talking about to gain information. Those are not only the only psychic abilities out there, of course. There are things such as reported as levitation, telekinesis, pyrokinesis, hydrokinesis, telepathy, mind reading, bilocation, which is being able to, how I read it in this book. The Super Being books talks about it and how people have done it, and there's records of it. But bilocation is where you can materialize your own body into two different locations. So you are physically materializing yourself into another location. I think that's kind of cool. That's something I want to study more, not to maybe to practice because that'd be kind of cool, but just to know more about it because there's not really a lot of information about it. I know a lot of people scoffed and laugh at certain things like that. Um, there's also astral projection that is considered a psychic ability, lucid dreaming, um, divination of any sort. Um, the list goes on and on. There are things as healing, empathy, um, which is part of clairsentient, um, to be able to feel. It's a branch of clairsentience, to be able to feel emotions and pains and not just that, but I'm teaching another empathic course later, so I'll go into more detail on empaths and being an empath and what does it mean and how to harness its energy and how to shield yourself and all that jazz. Um, so yeah, so there are many psychic abilities, and there are some that even we don't know about that, you know, and from what I said in my last video, that all gods are one God. I do believe that I can't get my freaking thoughts straight. It's too early in the morning, and I don't have coffee. But don't quote me on this. But it does say in the Bible that Jesus told his disciples that what I am doing, performing miracles, you can do yourself. Um, and if we believe in pagan wise, that we are children of the God and Goddess, that we have God and Goddess within us, why can we not perform the miracles that they perform? So that Super Beings book and what I've been studying and ascending theoretically is teaching me to know my true self, my higher self, and to become one with it. And that is a major aspect and major importance in gaining your psychic abilities. With this being just a one-on-one course, I'm not going to go that too much into that tomorrow. I just wanted to speak what's on my mind today. Now, as for tomorrow, I would be discussing what I just said earlier, like the different abilities, and we would go into how to develop them more. So the easiest way to develop psychic abilities is to, well, practice. But with practice, you need to be safe. So with that being said, you need to know the basics before you can begin practicing any type of ability. And that also goes for the witchcraft as well. You need to know how to ground, how to center yourself, and how to shield. Those are the three most, in my opinion, three most important concepts when it comes to keeping yourself safe when you practice psychic abilities. Because we all know there are nasties, negative energies, or negative entities that are out there. And when you start practicing psychic abilities, you yourself become a beacon to the spirit world. And spirits will come to you and either for guidance or they're attracted to you to feed off of you, of your energy. So you need to be aware, and when you practice your psychic abilities, you'll be more open to sense spirits in nature. You'll be able to go between the veils when needed with practice. So with that being said, for me, I'm going to go over the techniques that I use to ground, center, and shield myself. To ground, it's very simple. I use the tree meditation, where I visualize my feet chakra, or my root, depending on if I'm sitting or standing, as tree roots going into the ground, going all the way to the core of the earth, and taking and kind of like sucking, vacuuming out the negative energy from all my body going down to the earth. And that is considered grounding. And with that, you can continue and you can center yourself by bringing the energy of the earth up through your roots and all the way up through your crown chakra and above. And then you want to visualize your arms. So you can do this physically, or just keep it mentally and visualize like your crown chakra branching off into branches, reaching to the highest heavens. And you want to visualize the energy of the heavens coming down to you, into you, while the energy of the earth is coming up. And then hold that and keep it centered and center it into your solar plexus. And when you feel that you are centered and safe, you cut off or you close, um, semi close, like, you know, siphon, um, your root and your crown chakra. So you have that energy within you. Um, and that's how you can energize yourself. Instead of using your own energy, you can continue to pull from the energies of the ether or of the earth. Now, a way that I stay grounded, and not grounded, but the way I shield myself is I carry protective amulets. Um, I have bracelets on me all the time that are spelled for protection. But a best visualization to do is to visualize yourself. Very simple, very Wiccan 101. To visualize yourself surrounded by white light. It's very simple. You can visualize yourself surrounded by white light, any kind of color light you want. It can be rainbow, purple, blue, green, pink, fuchsia, yellow, whatever. Whatever feels protective to you, you want to visualize yourself surrounded in that light and know that you are protected. You have to believe that you are protected. With these psychic abilities, you have to believe and you have to trust yourself that the information and what you're feeling is real. If you doubt yourself at all, you're diminishing your power and theoretically you're diminishing yourself. Um, and what I mean by that is you're cutting off and you're not being trusting of what the information coming through you. Um, and that was very hard when I first started doing tarot readings and getting more into it, where I would hear messages from spirit guides and try to relay them back. You know, it wouldn't make sense to me, um, but I would say it anyway, and it would make sense to the person I'm reading for. And then with that, I gained confidence in my ability. So the you need to trust what's coming through. Um, Another great way to shield is not only imagine yourself in great and white light. There are multiple ways to shield. You can visualize yourself in a bubble of different color energies. You can visualize yourself in a castle. You can visualize yourself protected by angel wings, raven wings. Um, you can visualize yourself surrounded by a really tall hedge, a really tall fence that no energy can come in. Um, you know, it's all up to your imagination. Um, and that's a really big part of psychic abilities, is playing with imagination and creative visualization. They're almost the same thing to an extent, because once you delve into this, you realize that imagination and your thoughts hold power, and as do your words, hold power and help manifest things into the physical realm. Um, so once you have those three basics down, you know, practice it. Keeping a journal, whether it be a dream journal, part of your book of shadows, a separate journal. I have separate journals for everything. I have a dream journal, a tarot journal, or a divination journal, a regular journal, which is my magic journal, and a Reiki journal that I perform, and I keep notes, and I what other people have said and what I feel, and it helps me go back, especially with my dream and divination journal. If I have this thing repeatedly coming up, like if I have, you know, a certain tarot card coming up repeatedly throughout my readings, I can go back and see, you know, why was it in this, you know, part instead of this part, and why has it changed? Why has it evolved? Um, it's a great way to see your progress, as is a great way to reinstate in your mind that you know, you are growing as a psychic or as a spiritual. It depends on if you like the word psychic or not. Some people do, some people don't, and that's a controversy that I'm not discussing here on the video. So, but that is what I'll be talking about this Saturday. I'll also be going through techniques. We will be working on grounding, shielding, and centering oneself. And it'll be more after the lecture part. It'll be more of a kind of like a question, either a question and answer or a discussion as to what they feel, or we will go straight into working with energy, which maybe not energy. Maybe we might go into sensing things instead, working with psychometry instead of energy. I haven't decided yet. It's tomorrow, and I'm more of an impromptu person. I have it scheduled. I have it written out on a like a syllabus type of thing of what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. But other than what's on there, I'm going to free flow it. That's what I'm best at. As you can tell by my YouTube videos, I kind of go off track and get back on and ramble. But yeah, I think knowing those three basic concepts, keeping a journal, and practicing any way you think, you know, divination is a great way to practice your psychic abilities. It opens you up. Energetic healing, healing yourself, balancing your chakras, healing your aura, things along those lines are great ways to help open you up. So is meditation. I can't forget meditation. Meditation is extremely important as well. And you don't have to sit for hours upon hours, just little snippets here in the day will elevate your awareness and your self-awareness to where you'll be able to receive messages from your spirit guides, your deity, your spirit animals, power animals, your allies, whatever you work with. Um, and I say a lot, so I apologize for that. With that, you always, with working with psychic abilities, I have to reinstate this. You always want to be have a protection of some sort up. It's not that I'm saying that the world's out to get you when you practice this. I just don't want anyone to be practicing a psychic ability and them, and getting harmful messages, because that's usually once you get those kind of harmful messages coming through. Um, it's kind of like a negative spirit has attached itself to you, which people who work with spirits know how to deal with that. So yeah, I think that is it for all the topic. Another good way before you start any psychic adventure or psychic experience or experiment is to cleanse and banish the area that you're in and then set up the protection. So I know that's simple, basic Wiccan 101, but there's a lot of people out there that aren't Wiccan that are experiencing psychic abilities and they don't know what's going on. So teaching a way of, which I might talk about tomorrow too. Hey, learn something new. Or I just thought of something new. To cleanse and to banish, then set up your protection before you go um, into your psychic practice. And keeping a regular practice does help, just as with working with energy and working the craft and keeping your craft, up to date. Not up to date, but keeping the flow going helps you grow in the craft. Keeping and working with your psychic practice, like with tarot cards or scrying or meditation or prayers, affirmations, things like that. Keeping that up on a daily basis will help increase your intuitive side and your psychic abilities. Um, and with that, I think I am going to end this. It's become a little long, 20 minutes. So if you have any questions or comments, concerns, or anything you want to talk about, um, please leave them below in the comment section. I will put a link to the Facebook page I talked about earlier. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and until next time, blessed be.